Here's a clean, no-fluff breakdown of Clan AP Gauss versus Inner Sphere Magshot. What actually matters when you're in the fight. Clan AP Gauss image core traits. Weight 0.5 ton, slots 1. Huge advantage. Damage 2, heat 0.6, cooldown 2.2. Range, velocity, same as Magshot. What it does well. Slot efficiency equals you can stack a lot more of them. Higher burst potential when you alpha with multiple guns. Fits into tight OmniMech builds where space is everything. Downsides. Slightly more heat, small, but noticeable in spam builds. Lives mostly on clan platforms, which are often bigger, easier to hit. Needs commitment. If you miss your moment, you waste your advantage. Best use case, ambush predator builds, your Rainbow Crow style. Hit, dump damage, disappear. When you can line up that perfect window, it hits harder overall. Inner Sphere Magshot image core traits. Weight 0.5 ton, slots 2. Damage 2, heat 0.5 slightly cooler. Cooldown 22, range velocity, same as AP Gauss. What it does well, runs a bit cooler, easier to sustain fire, common on faster IS mechs, better survivability through speed. More forgiving playstyle, less dependent on perfect timing. Downsides, double the slots, limits how many you can carry. Lower max burst potential compared to stacked AP Gauss, less spike damage in a short window. Best use case, harasser skirmisher builds, constant pressure, chip damage, staying mobile. Great on fast lights where positioning raw burst, head-to-head reality. They are basically twins on paper. Same damage, same range, same cooldown. The real difference is not the weapon stats, it's slot efficiency versus platform speed. Simple breakdown, real combat terms. AP Gauss equals I'll wait, now you die. More guns, bigger burst, better for decisive moments. Magshot equals I'm going to annoy you to death at 140 km/h. Fewer guns, more uptime, better for sustained harassment. Final verdict, pick AP Gauss if you want maximum burst in a short window, you're building tight optimized clan setups, you play like a patient killer waiting for mistakes. Pick Magshot if you rely on speed, uptime, and constant pressure. You're on a fast IS chassis, you prefer forgiving, sustained damage over spike damage. Bottom line, your style translated. AP Gauss, I delete you when you mess up. I make you mess up until you die. If you're piloting like a crackhead ferret hunting weak ankles, AP Gauss gives you the nastier bite.
Today we're going to be testing the differences between the Magshot and the AP Gauss. So it's Inner Sphere against Clan. And we'll be testing these on the Adder and this Locust to see which one is doing it better, or if there's any difference whatsoever. First, let's go into the labs. Here we are in the Mechlab, and as you can see, the Locust Magshot build has 4 of the Magshots, 3 tons of ammo, and some heat sinks. And as far as the skills go, there are none. This is bone dry. Removed everything because I wanted this to be as impartial as possible. Also, no consumables. I painted the mech white so that way it just looks like something I would never drive on the battlefield. And as far as the weapons go, as you can see, other than range boosts, there are no cooldown, no heat efficiencies, and the heat on this is 0.5 for the Magshots. Time to go into a match at Rubellite. Here we are at Rubellite Oasis testing the Magshots to see the time it takes for them to do a kill with 4 Magshots, since this Locust is only capable of that. And we're just going to go ahead and do this with testing of 4 Magshots, and then we will test the 4 AP Gauss to see the effectiveness. We will start the kill time in 3, 2, 1.
destroyed.
The time it took to kill the Awesome was 36.03 seconds. We will now test this using a adder with 4 AP Gauss to see which one is more effective. Here we are testing the AP Gauss on the adder A, and as you can see, I've got this set up with 4 AP Gauss, just like the Magshot build. We have 3 tons of ammo, just like the Magshot build. We're not really concerned about heat management, but I put enough heat sinks on here that I wouldn't run into any issues with it overheating. The skills are, again, at 0, just as they were on the Magshot. And when you look at the AP Gauss, it is not benefiting in any way from a faster fire rate. A little bit of heat improvement, but you can see that the AP Gauss is a 0.6 on the heat for each one, which is slightly higher than its Magshot counterpart. But otherwise, cooldown is the same, which is 2.2 seconds. And we will take this into a match to see Larry. That's what I refer to as the Awesome. As you can see, we are at the same 225 meters as we tested the Locust at. We are pointing at center mass, and we're going to be testing the AP Gauss versus the Magshots to see which one is more effective in doing the kill. And we're going to start the counter in 3, 2, 1.
Destroyed.
The time it took to get the kill was 36.10 seconds. So just slightly behind, and we're talking about tenths of a second behind the Magshots. But otherwise, very effective if the target doesn't mind standing there for half a minute or a little more and lets you shoot them. But we're just doing tests to see which one is more effective overall, the Magshot or the AP Gauss. Now that we've done the testing and the test results have come back, the difference between the fire rate of the two mechs honestly isn't very much, if at all. In fact, I would go as far as to say that the test time is almost exactly the same. With the AP Gauss coming out at 36.10 seconds and the Magshots coming out at 36.03 seconds, I would say that within some sort of margin of error that they're actually identical. And they might have been identical that way in the fact that I might have just not pushed the stop button on the stopwatch that one little difference of time to make that difference of what the actual fire rate looks like. So killing the Awesome, as long as you have an awesome pilot that's willing to stand there and let you shoot him for 36 seconds approximately, or 36.06 seconds, I think is a good way to describe it, and let you kill him, you have a really good chance of this being really effective on these 4 Magshots. But otherwise, I would probably recommend that you use these as a secondary weapon, but I've seen a lot of really good builds where people have gotten some really good damage out of these things, and that's something to consider. So I wanted to test this unbiased, without any skills or quirks or any kind of features that it's really going to make a difference. Obviously, your skills tree is going to make a huge difference on the battlefield, and also if you can find out any other ways to make it more effective, like maybe adding a targeting computer or advanced sensor package or any one of those things that can help you get a little bit more damage and give you a little bit more of an edge on the battlefield. But this was just to do an unbiased test of these. Which one do I like more? Honestly, I really don't know. I think I lean towards the AP Gauss because they take less tonnage space, and the fact that you can put more of them on the builds that are out there.